Alright guys, have you ever had that shoe that where maybe you didn't like it or just didn't give it a second thought, and after a while it just starts to grow on you because it just keeps being put in your face? Well, that's what happened here, and the shoe we're talking about or looking at today is going to be the Jordan 2. This one just happens to be the Union rattan color. Let's get into it. Hey, what's going on everybody? It's Mike from SneakerHistory.com and we are back with another video. Guys, thank you so much for joining. If you hadn't done so already, you know the drill. Hit the subscribe button down below. I really do appreciate everyone who's done so and everyone who's tuned in today. And just like the intro said, we're looking at the Jordan 2 Union Rattan. Now, I know this is probably something you've seen reviews before. You're like, Mike, you're late. I understand I'm late. But the purpose for this is really not for, I guess, the early look. But this is the perfect time, the perfect year to be able to go back, look back at shoes, grab shoes for really decent prices, which we're gonna talk about in a little bit, and actually can appreciate them instead of kind of the flash in the pan, I gotta go into the next pair. So I'm gonna take full advantage of this because A, the Jordan 2 has always been a shoe that I never really cared about so much. And not that I didn't like it per se, I just never really thought about it so much. So I have to blame a buddy of mine. You guys all know him as S Collard on Instagram, or Sean Collard as a part of the Sneaker Podcast. Shout out to the boys out there in Canada. And I swear, he posted Jordan 2, what was it, every Tuesday? Sean, I hope I'm right on that. And this man loves the Jordan 2. He might be the international Jordan 2 correspondent. And I blamed him for this purchase because I just kept seeing him over and over on his page. And I'm like, man, you know what? This is not a bad looking shoe. Again, not that I ever hated the shoe, but there's so many other things going on. It just kind of slipped in the back burner. But finally was able to get a pair. And guys, you were like, why did you go for the Union one? Well, simple answer is, it looks good. And it was under retail on GOAT. So guys, like I said earlier, this is a perfect year, I think, for sneaker collectors who like shoes and not necessarily caring about the retail, or resale, I should say, because I was able to get this. This was a $225 retail shoe. I think I picked it up for $190. And on top of that, I had credit from stuff I sold to GOAT. So I really got this, I think, for a total of $7 of my own money. I'm a big believer of when I want to get something new, if there's something I can get rid of because I'm not wearing it, it's collecting dust, and I'm never going to wear it again, you know, one in, one out kind of deal. That's a whole different video maybe, but use what you have. Don't be a hoarder. That's one of the things I've been learning along the way, is trying not to be a hoarder, because there's so much crap. Like, this is only one part you guys see. There's stuff in closets. There's no purpose for me to keep it all if I'm not wearing it, because if it's there, I'm not paying attention to it, that means I'm probably never going to. And if I don't have that need to wear it, get rid of it so something new can come in. But regardless, I got it for still, I guess, still $190 is a lot. But again, this is under retail, which a lot of sizes are under retail on GOAT for both this and the gray pair. So if you're interested in it, go ahead and check it out. I mean, I'll leave a link down below, but I'm sure you guys all know what a GOAT app is. Regardless, this is more of an impression of the Jordan 2 for me, because this is going to be a hot take, and I'm waiting to see the comments on this, but actually it's not a bad looking shoe. First off, let's get out the way. Everyone's like, oh, the Jordan 2 is just this boot of a shoe. It is a bit clunky shoe. It's a retro basketball shoe. What do you expect? But I put it on my foot. This thing, again, hot take, fits better than the Jordan 1. I love the Jordan 1. I think aesthetically it looks better than the Jordan 2, but the Jordan 2 fits better to me than a Jordan 1. It's something about, it's this in-between fit, which is proper because it's between the 1 and the 3. I get, like, something about it just fits perfect. And I really like the fit. It fits well. I know I'm jumping ahead instead of going through all of the pieces of the shoe, but I just had to tell you that I was super, super pleasantly surprised. And I am kind of scared that I'm gonna buy more and more Jordan 2s, which I do not need to keep adding all these to my collection, but I actually really like it, and I didn't think I would so much. Not, again, because I hate it or because it was just like ugly, but it's just, I've never thought about it. So be able to introduce myself to a shoe and like it, I mean, I think that's probably a big part of being a sneakerhead, is it experimenting with different things you hadn't done before, taking a chance on different shoes, see if you actually like it. Because worst come to worst, you can either sell it or return it. But I'm gonna say there's gonna be a couple more Jordan 2s being added to the collection. I already got my eye on a few. But let's get into some of the nice parts of the shoes. Again, I know you guys have seen reviews. This is an older shoe, but again, this is the year we can come back and really appreciate them, no matter if it's the release day, early look, or now, because the price is so good. If you like the Jordan 2, especially in the Union collaboration that a lot of people like to clamor for, why not be able to go back and grab it? It's a good time. So of course, we're gonna have our Jordan 2 silhouette. Now we're gonna have the lateral and the medial side all wrapped in this nice, I guess, rattan color suede. It's a decent suede. I've seen softer, but I do like it's a really thick cut. So you get it all the way wrapped around the shoe on both the, again, the lateral and medial side. And it's gonna really come to a point here on a heel cup, which is traditionally plastic, which has been now turned into that premium material with that suede. As we go up to the heel of the shoe, or the ankle I should say, it's gonna have a raised Nike branding here in like, I guess it's a leather, but it's like coated. So it almost feels synthetic, but I'm assuming for the price point, it actually is gonna be a real leather, just a thinner piece that is coated in a kind of this smooth finish, smooth matte finish. Now the underlay of the shoe is gonna be mostly a canvas, which I really like because it's not just this typical canvas you see on most shoes. It's really tightly woven. So I'm making the assumption here that if it was to get stained or dirty, it would be a whole lot easier to clean than some of the more open, like I guess, I don't wanna say open celled canvas, because that's not the word I'm looking for, but canvas that's not tightly put together as this, because this is a really, really tight fit. I get a closer look, of course, where there's not many spaces for those stains to really just stick in there. So this is gonna be, I think, a way easier to clean than like a typical canvas shoe. With that suede, as you go up to the side here, is gonna have an underlay of orange leather here that pokes out to give you really nice accent color. And I really like that. I like that piece there. Gives you a little pop of color so you don't get this all cream shoe. I like the cream or rattan colorway, but those pops give it just an extra layer, get an extra depth, so I really do appreciate that look. Along with the plastic eyelets you get here on the midfoot, which are gonna be done in kind of this yellow-orange color here. And you're gonna have laces that are gonna reflect that rattan colorway, kind of like this beige and off-white. And they come with multiple laces here, so honestly guys, I may be colorblind a little bit because I'm looking at this lace and this lace, they seem pretty similar. I guess this one's more of a beige or lighter color, this one's a little brighter maybe, but I like this color. And then you have the kind of orangish gold color here as well that was gonna match those eyelets right here and a little bit of the underlay. So I'm a big fan of what they have in there already, so not gonna change that. And your tongue is gonna be that same color we saw here in our canvas upper, and it's going to have, oh, well, if I can see it for you guys, our Union logo, or Union branding and Jordan brand logo, I should say. So right there, again, of course you get better looks in B-roll than what I'm showing you now. With the, I like the kind of, I don't want to say exposed stitching, but prominent stitching they do in the blue, which is, I guess, reminiscent of the Jordan 4 they did, and even the Jordan 1. It has very, very exaggerated stitching that just gives extra contrast with that, with the shoe. And I really do like that piece. It seems like a staple piece that they've been putting in all their models as of late. Now on the top of the ankle collar here, you're going to have these kind of divots. I've heard people kind of question what they are. I don't know. I didn't dig into this shoe to give you guys, again, a full review. You guys already know I'm trying to collect one of each Jordan up till 14. And again, there's been a million reviews on it, so I didn't want to go, oh, here's the same thing over and over again. This is just my impressions again. And someone mentioned that it really reminiscent of the Jordan 13, and it does give me that same feeling. So I wonder if the designer over at Union just had an affinity for the Jordan 13. He wanted to put those kind of design cues there, which I really like. Something different, really appreciate that for that look. And you're gonna get that same design actually on the box, which you're gonna see has the Union branding, and it has that tag that's gonna really show the holiday 2021, when I think these were supposed to be released, but you know, everything was getting pushed back at that time, which is still getting pushed back. So I think they just, hey, leave it there, why change it, we already made the shoe. But you get that same kind of sample tag on the ankle collar there as well. I thought it was gonna be more invasive. I didn't really like that at first, but when I got it in hand, I saw it was actually a whole lot smaller than I had originally had thought. So I really do like it, actually, again, little accent piece, and it's not really intruding on the look of the shoe. So it's not bad, I really do like that. Now getting to the inside of the shoe, you're going to have a sock liner that is done up in that rattan or beige leather. And it's gonna be just for the rear of the shoe, so basically up until about this point of the shoe is gonna be a leather finish. Everything else is gonna be cloth, and sticking with pretty traditional things Nike and Jordan are doing. Unfinished tongue where you get the exposed foam. I mean, ever since Virgil did it with the off-whites, seems like it's just kind of everywhere now, and I don't hate it, but it's kind of running the mill at this point. Now, getting down to the midsole, we're gonna have our foam midsole done up in that same rattan or off-white color, and Jordan 2 outsole has some components from the Jordan 1 but done up differently with their Nike down at the bottom, and the size being printed here just like it was in original Jordan 2s back in, was that 86? So all that's gonna be there with a little bit of a blue contrast on the forefoot. Now with this shoe, oh, last thing I forgot, the Union branding, right? You have the Union LA tag that is gonna be prominent in all their collaborations. But what I was gonna say is that there's some good things, there's some bad things about the Jordan 2. Good thing, like I mentioned before, the fit. This is probably top 3 Jordan fits on my foot. I love it. It hugs just the right way to me. But I will tell you, I guess the bird's eye view or looking down at the shoe looks awful to me. It looks like just the biggest duck bills, but I know that's just for me looking down because I've looked at the shoe side view, silhouette. Looks perfect. I think it's just my perception of the shoe because of just the way it's built. It's kind of flat up top. When you look down, it just looks huge. That's okay. I can deal with that. I have not come across a 100% perfect shoe, like everything's perfect about it. So everything has its drawbacks. But I have to say, just someone coming into the Jordan 2, I really like it. I'm a big fan. There's a couple more I want to get my hands on. I'm not gonna say, oh, this is my go-to shoe forever, but I will say I really do like it, and I do have a new appreciation for the Jordan 2 just based on actually putting one on. Which goes to show, people can talk something about a shoe before they actually have it in hand or put it on, but opinions can change. So grab a shoe that out there, maybe not the Jordan 2 or whatever it may be, grab a shoe out there that maybe you didn't think about before, try it on. It can make a world of difference. Your opinion can change just like that. But I just really want to say, check it out, guys. This is a great shoe. Again, especially you want that Jordan 2 because the hype's been all around that. You want a Union collab because there's always hype around that apparently. It's a good time. 2022 is the year to buy your Jordans for those collectors out there looking to actually wear them and actually get them in hand. Go for it. Go for it. Go for it. I really do recommend this one. And I think Jordan Nike may be hurting the Jordan 2s because of their pricing so high right now. I don't know the reasoning why, but they're priced so high, like baseline $200 and up. So getting it for under 200, hey, the best way I was gonna do it because that retail is kind of steep for something that's just, again, just an old shoe. But you guys let me know in the comments, what do you guys think about the Jordan 2? What do you guys think about the Union collaboration here? Let me know in the comments. Again, I'll link down to go to where I got these from because in most sizes, again, they were under retail. But I look forward to hearing from you guys. I appreciate you guys watching, and until next time, see ya.